Alright, I wanted to do a recap of the Ultimatum League. I am done. Wrapped. It's a wrap. Every time I hit 36, I call it quits. And I just hit 36 about 5 minutes ago by purchasing a Sacred Blossom to get the Heart of the Grove. Got that over and done with. This build, the Shockwave Totem Chieftain, was, I guess I would call it my end game build. Uh, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a particularly strong build, but I'll throw the POB in the YouTube description. But thoughts overall on the league, the mechanic, how it went. I would say it was not a bad league. Um, it was probably a less popular league than some of the past ones. My personal favorite league of all time was Metamorph. Um, and this league is, you stand in a circle and you fight enemies and you get rewards, and it's very, it checks all the dopamine boxes I think that GGG are looking for when they make these leagues. Um, but I don't think it was a bad league. I mean, I think it was a pretty good league. I think the harvest balance changes that came in were the most hotly discussed and contested change that they made from last league to this league. Um, I am kind of lukewarm on the changes. I don't really dislike the changes that much. I think it's fine to nerf it a little bit. Um, maybe they did go a little overboard with the nerfs. To be honest, I don't really know. I don't really care. I don't do the end game like some people do. I'm more of a, have a good time, get the challenges. Um, so I always like to talk about the things I tried over the league, because every league I try to try new things. I would say the newest build that I attempted that I hadn't before was using an interesting, unique item called a replica Eternity Shroud. I really tried to make this item work. I tried two different builds with it. I tried an assassin, and then I tried an inquisitor, and then just like right before I decided I was just going for the challenges and quitting, I tried a Slayer. Uh, so I did Cyclone here. I did um, this Vengeance build as well with Scold's Birtle, which is this thing. Uh, yeah, I don't know if this item is very good, or perhaps I wasn't building very correctly on it. But needless to say, I ended up having a crazy amount of Elder gear uh, trying to make it work. But it was kind of fun. I mean, it's kind of it was a fun item to try to make to work around, and it was not very strong. So I think future leagues, I will never buy this item again. I consider the box checked. It was fun, it was interesting, it was unique, but I won't do it again. The other item that I bought that I wanted to make work, but I just, I ran out of time. It's the end of the league. Is the newest unique. There are a couple of new uniques, but this is one of them. The Mahu whatever Lul's Machination. Um, and the amount of crap that this gives you as a shield is pretty funny and it's pretty interesting. And I've seen a couple videos about people making it work. But it's another unique that's very interesting and dynamic. And if it's not very expensive next league, I do think I'll buy it and try to experiment with it. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Um, I never actually killed the Maven. I actually bought a carry service for it because, as I mentioned in past video, Shockwave Totem really is not that good of a skill. It's certainly not good enough to do the end game. I don't know if this build would survive things like Uber Elder. I tried the Maven, I think, 3 times, and I failed all 3 times. Most of the time is because of my lack of understanding of the fight. But yeah, it's just not a good. I'm hoping it gets buffed. I think the Shockwave Totem getting buffed is probably a need, uh, and I think next league There are a couple things I'm going to do differently. I'm going to try to play the economy game just a little bit more, but not a lot more. I think I'm going to try to sell some maps and things because I ended up sitting on a lot of very valuable things and I just didn't realize. Like, I just listed for the first time ever, like, some of these winged scarab. I mean, these delirium orbs and winged scarabs. I had been sitting on these for forever, and I was like, why didn't I sell these way back when I got them? I would have got so much money for them. And I just kind of blanked and spaced out on. There's a lot of economy things that I do wrong in this game, to say the least. Same goes with some of these maps. Like, I've been sitting on these. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll run them or something. But of course, it's the end of the league, and I never did, so I should have just sold them. But I think people that uh, target a very, very specific item that they want to farm towards, they want to buy, uh, they do a better job of selling things immediately. Sell early, sell often, and don't ever leave your tabs open with a bunch of crap. I mean, all this stuff has been sitting here for the entire league. Same with all this stuff on this tab, and I don't even know why I still have a price for chaos. For chaos this late in the league means nothing. I liquidated all of my exalts to do the boss carry services to get the Heart of the Grove challenge because I don't care about standard currency. But 4 Chaos is just negligible this late in the league, so I should have not even had this tab. And it's just, I don't know why I still have that there. But, anyways, it was an interesting league. I had real life stuff going on, so I didn't actually have that much time to play. But I've gotten a little bit better about when I do play, kind of prioritizing the things I should be, as opposed to just sitting in the hideout and looking up videos and builds. Um, and at this point, I've made so many builds myself that I consider myself at least mediocre to decent at creating builds. Um, Innovate or Die. This was an experiment with Badge of the Brotherhood that ultimately failed. Plus, I just didn't like the playstyle of it, so I stopped at 78. But these other builds were, pretty strong. I mean, Cheeto does cast on crit. Um, while I was using the Vengeance variant, it was breezing through T16 ultimatums, and it was very, very strong. But I just lose patience with a build and switch to another one. I'm just very, kind of go, 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 go mentality with it. Yeah, but Ultimatum League, that's a wrap. I guess I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Y'all have a good one.